So, Emil, welcome to the Antor podcast, and thank you very much for joining us. It's great to meet you. We haven't met before, so although we're in two different sides of the world, like we're in the same room, and
Yes.
which is lovely. And isn't that one of those benefits of COVID and of Antor? And talking about
Yeah.
benefits, what do you think the main benefit of Antor membership is for Grenada?
Well, Antor is an extremely important avenue for the GTA, especially to engage with trade in the UK. I mean, the opportunities to educate, network, and keep the destination at top of the mind in the market is extremely valuable to us.
And that's really important because I think that's what most members find. And also because we have pivoted during COVID and become very virtual. So we can have virtual members as well as live members, and we have virtual events, which is fantastic. So how has the Grenada Tourism Authority structure changed during COVID? Tell me a little bit about your structure.
Well, the GTA is a statutory body of the government of Grenada. We actually work pretty close with the Ministry of Tourism as a destination marketing organization. Now, of course, we have offices in each of our major source markets. And just like I'll be in the UK, we have Christine, which is our head director of sales in the US. And of course, these offices then liaise with headquarters on Ireland, where I am right now, to promote and market the destination.
So normally, are you saying you're based in the UK?
I will be based in the UK very soon.
So we'll get to meet each other. That's
of course.
amazing. Oh, that's great. That's fantastic. Have you been to the UK before?
Never, but I'm looking forward to it, and I'm so excited.
Well, I live in a place called Hampton Court, and we have the best palace, I reckon, in the whole United Kingdom. So you drop me a line when you get in, and I take you to Court Palace. It was Henry VIII's home, which is fantastic. And it's all about tourism, isn't it? It's all about tourism. So how long, in fact, have you been working for GTA, and how long have you been working in the industry?
Well, I recently started working for the GTA as of August, actually. So I'm 5 months in, and I'm 5 months in the industry. So I'm a bit green, but I've started blazing a trail, and I'm looking to spend years in the industry and get into it.
So that you're almost a COVID baby, if you see, a COVID tourism baby.
Yes, exactly that.
Well, that's great to know, and I'm sure you'll love the industry. If you haven't worked it, you'll be here 30 years later. It's an industry that's infectious. Once you're in, you don't get out.
Yeah.
So obviously, you will have you've witnessed a few changes during that time. Are any that you would like to cover off? Any areas that you'd like to talk about?
I think the most impressive thing I've witnessed so far is the resilience of Grenada's tourism sector during or in the face of this pandemic. I mean, the ability of our stakeholders to adapt, adjust, and how they've been innovative has been truly inspiring. So that's a major change so far.
Yeah, and that is absolutely crucial to the success of the tourism industry in any country. So I'm delighted to hear that. And how is Grenada recovering from COVID? Being an island, obviously islands have managed to manage the product or the problem differently. How's it managing to recover?
We've been making lots of progress, lots. At one point, all our ports of entry were completely closed. So given that all the main hotels have opened as well as attractions. And we just recently started taking ships again after being closed for almost two years. I would say we've come a really long way.
That's really positive. And when you're saying ships, you're talking about cruise ships.
Yes, cruise calls, yes.
And obviously living on an island myself, but slightly bigger one, and knowing Grenada really well. It must be a bit concerning when you were stuck there and there was no flights in and no ships in and out. That must have been quite an interesting phenomenon for the people on Grenada.
Yes. But I think we're actually coming back bigger and better. Small island, but we do pack a punch. So we're making strides and things are moving and we're getting the momentum moving.
So I've known Grenada, as I said to you earlier, for many, many years. I went out there, gosh, I can't even remember how long ago, and fell in love with the destination and the islands, not just Grenada, but Petit Carriacou and Petit Martinique. And sadly, I know that there was a very bad hurricane one year, but I saw Grenada build back better from a major disaster that hit them on their own. So I can't imagine they can't come back out of a pandemic that they've managed to contain, probably easier than the hurricane.
Of course, yeah. Well, one thing we have to pride ourselves on, Grenadians, as is our ability to pull ourselves out of places. So we're coming back bigger and better.
And what's the situation for the UK, European, and American markets at the moment and visitors? You were saying just before we came on air that you've got some really good forward bookings for the winter, and that things are looking really positive.
Yes. Well, we're happy to report that all visitors, once fully vaccinated, can visit Grenada without quarantine or without an on-arrival test. And after that, they're then free to wander. They're then free to fall in love with the island and experience everything we have to offer.
Wow, that's really appealing to me, sitting here in miserable grey Surrey at the moment and thinking I could
all sunshines here. Yeah.
And at the moment, I think we only need a simple PCR test, which coming back is very easy to do. And so what are your plans and the plans and visions for GTA in the next, I'm not going to say 15 years. We've been saying 5, 10, 15 years, but at the end of the day, it's difficult to plan, but the main thing we're all planning towards is net zero. So has that entered into Grenada's and GTA's plans?
Well, right now we're working effortlessly to develop Grenada's tourism industry in a sustainable manner. We definitely want to capitalize on our recent recognition as a culinary capital. I firmly believe that we have the keys to unlock any palate, right? And with that being said, we continue to evolve our culinary offerings and experiences, as well as developing and implementing a volunteerism program so that all our visitors can participate in activities that have a meaningful impact on local communities. One thing we want to do with our volunteerism program is really get the community and visitors involved and get them engaged, because we're more than just sea, sand, and sun as a destination. We offer so much more than that.
So I can say absolutely you do. From a gastronomic point of view, I mean, some of my favorite fish food has been from Grenada. Fish Fridays are amazing. They're magical. And they're worth every visitor has to go to Fish Friday if they're going to be in Grenada. And I think, regenerative tourism is what it's all about. We want to arrive and leave having made a difference, a positive difference, not arrive and destroy or take away. So that's, but tourists don't know how to do that. So Grenada's initiative or explaining how to do that, voluntourism is amazing. And that's putting you ahead of the game. So fantastic. So really, Emile, I look forward to missing you in the new year when you're over here and introducing you to all our Antor members. We're a real community of destinations, over 60 destinations, celebrating 70 years of the association at the moment. And the thing that's kept the association together is what used to be called fraternity, which we now call community, which is just working together for the better of tourism and for the community. And now we're working towards net zero. So a lot of things to talk about when you come over.
Yes. Thank you so much for having me. And I'm looking forward to meeting you, to meeting the rest of the Antor team, and to being in the UK just now, selling the destination.
Wrap up warm.
Thank you.
Thank you. Take care. 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 Thank you. Take care.